Do you want to deep throat some truth with me? Do you want to get raw and real about what's going on? I'm not saying it's going to taste good, but I think it's important. It might be a little salty. Everything that people are fearing about happening domestically right now is happening in our foreign policy. All the things we fear are the exact things that we are exporting out into the world as our foreign policy. Like, we have to understand what we've allowed our government to do to the world might boomerang back to us. It feels like our foreign policy is like coming home to roost, like a little chicken, you know? And we're like, no, I don't like our foreign policy here. The globe didn't want what we did to it. And now it's just gonna ka-ting. We just have to be real with ourselves that this foreign policy that we've all been like, oh, that's just not great, but like, oh, what can we do about it? Shoppy, clicky, clicky. I'm a woman. A lot of women are really afraid of what's going to happen. It's like, oh no, we're going to be like Saudi Arabia. Well, guess what? Saudi Arabia exists. It exists, and we are very buddy economically with Saudi Arabia. P.S. We do not have to have an economy that's based on oil. No, we are choosing to have that. We don't have to have an oil-based economy. We could have an algae-based economy. We could have a mushroom fart-based economy. I mean, there are so many scientists that have figured out how to power things and create alternative fuels. I mean, no. These are choices that the government is making, that our government is making to subsidize the production of oil, to subsidize the production of plastic, to put oil in reserves. These are economic decisions. They are not necessary. They're choices. And destabilizing the Middle East is the foreign policy to facilitate how we manipulate the price of oil. I mean, come on, people. Come on, we can do this. We can accept this. And then when we fully accept it, then we can actually be like, no. All of our empire building, all of our destabilizing of the Middle East, all of our efforts in our foreign policy within our capitalist economic system is dependent on the exploitation of the Middle East and the global South and their resources. And we will put in whatever puppet regimes or whatever dictator, whatever we want in order to achieve that goal. And then here we are, we're like, wait a minute, we don't want a dictator. It's like, well, you know what? We've been putting dictators in power all over the globe this whole time. So I don't know. So whatever fear and rage we're feeling about what's going to happen here, we have to feel the same fear and rage about what we've been exporting this entire time, what we've been doing to people as the infrastructure, as the architecture of our foreign policy for decades and decades and decades and decades. We can't just care about the people here. I'm sorry. We have to care about the people that we have been exploiting this whole time equally. I care equally about the women here as I do about the women in the Middle East and the women in the sweatshops and the women in the global South, where we're just like taking all their resources and creating slave labor. I care about people of the world equally. Okay, I'm sorry. I know I'm like a vibe right now, but we have to look at capitalism and how capitalism is not democratized. We don't even have the illusion of democracy in capitalism. And if we want to actually address what's going on, we have to look at how to democratize capitalism, which they don't want. If we wanted to solve global poverty, we could do it today. It is not a problem of resources or production. It is a problem of distribution. And we are choosing to not equally distribute goods, basic human needs. 80% of the world is not having their basic human needs met. I mean, that's happening now. It was happening with this current administration. It's going to happen with the next administration, and it happened with the past administrations. All of our administrations are facilitating that. So as upset as we are about this country, we should be equally, if not more upset, about how we are just taking over the world. We need to take radical responsibility for what we've done to the world. And we have to recognize that what we have done is the modeling. We have modeled how to treat others, and that is why like, that's why we're feeling like, we know what we're capable of, and I don't want that happening to me. My point is that I am imploring us to educate ourselves to the depths of our psyches, to understand our foreign policy, understand our economics, understand how this exploitation is baked in to the very system of capitalism, and that if we're going to ever figure anything out, it's going to be through democratizing capitalism in a way that is genuine and gives sovereignty to the people that have the resources, and we redistribute goods so every single person on the planet collectively has access to their basic needs met, because we have the ability to do that, we have the imagination to do it, and also we have the Mother Earth birthing for us all the things we could ever need. Okay, thank you.